Have you ever wondered what happens when a legendary leader gets old and can't rule anymore? It's a story that's played out countless times in history, and it's exactly what we see at the start of First Kings. King David, the giant slayer, the poet, the warrior king, is now old, frail, and can't even stay warm. He's a shadow of his former self, and when a power vacuum appears, you can bet someone is going to try and fill it. In this case, it's David's fourth son, Adonijah. Adonijah is handsome, charismatic, and he's got ambition. He looks at his aging father and thinks, "It's my time now." He starts acting like a king, gathering chariots, horsemen, and a whole entourage. He even gets some of David's top guys on his side, like Joab, the army commander, and Abiathar, the priest. He throws a big party, a coronation feast, really, and invites all his brothers, except one, Solomon. Why skip Solomon? Because Adonijah knows Solomon is his main rival, and he's right to be worried. While Adonijah is partying, another group is making moves. This is Team Solomon, led by two very powerful people, Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, and Nathan the prophet. Nathan is a master strategist. He goes to Bathsheba and says, "Do you want to live? Do you want your son Solomon to live? Because if Adonijah becomes king, you're both in big trouble. Here's the plan." So Bathsheba goes to King David. She respectfully reminds him of the promise he made to her years ago, that her son, Solomon, would be the one to sit on the throne after him. As she's talking, Nathan the prophet walks in, right on cue, and backs up her story. He tells David, "Hey, is Adonijah king now? Because he's having a huge coronation party and didn't invite us." This finally gets through to the old king. David's mind clears. His old fire returns for a moment. He declares, "As the Lord lives, what I swore to Bathsheba, I will do today. Solomon will be king after me." So, while Adonijah's party is in full swing, a different coronation is happening. David has Solomon put on his own royal mule and taken to the Gihon spring. There, Zadok the priest anoints Solomon with oil from the holy tabernacle. They blow the trumpet and all the people shout, "Long live King Solomon!" The noise from Solomon's celebration reaches Adonijah's party. They're confused. What's all that shouting? Then Jonathan, a priest's son, runs in with the news. "David has made Solomon king. He's already sitting on the royal throne." Suddenly the party's over. Adonijah's guests panic and scatter. Adonijah himself is terrified. He runs to the temple and clings to the horns of the altar, a place of sanctuary, begging Solomon for his life. Solomon shows mercy, for now. He tells Adonijah to go home and behave himself. First crisis averted. Now we move to chapter 2. David is on his deathbed, and he gives Solomon his final instructions. It's a mix of spiritual advice and some very shrewd political strategy. First, he tells Solomon to be strong, to be a man, and to walk in the ways of the Lord. Keep God's commandments, and you will prosper. This is the foundation of a good reign. But then, the advice gets a bit more earthy. David hasn't forgotten the people who crossed him. He tells Solomon to deal with Joab, the ruthless army commander who shed innocent blood. He also mentions Shimei, a man who cursed David when he was fleeing from Absalom. David had sworn not to kill Shimei himself, but he tells Solomon, "You're a wise man. You'll know what to do with him." Basically, find a way to bring him to justice. David dies and is buried, and Solomon is now firmly on the throne. But the old power struggles aren't quite over. Adonijah, who just barely escaped with his life, makes a fatal mistake. He goes to Bathsheba, the queen mother, with a seemingly innocent request. He asks to marry Abishag, the young woman who cared for David in his old age. This might sound like a simple love request, but in that culture, taking a king's concubine was a direct claim to the throne. Bathsheba, maybe not realizing the political implications, agrees to ask Solomon. But Solomon sees right through it. He explodes in anger. He sees this not as a request for marriage, but as a second attempt to seize power. For Solomon, This is the last straw. He realizes that as long as Adonijah is alive, the kingdom will never be stable. So Solomon orders Adonijah to be executed. He also deals with the other conspirators. Abiathar the priest is banished, and the ruthless Joab is executed, even as he clings to the altar, just like Adonijah did. Finally, he deals with Shimei, putting him under a kind of house arrest that Shimei eventually violates, leading to his own demise. With all his rivals gone, the chapter ends with a powerful statement. So the kingdom was established in the hand of Solomon. The transition is complete. The chaos is over. Solomon's reign can now truly begin. It's a messy, dramatic, and very human story of power, politics, and the difficult transition from one generation to the next. What do you think about Solomon's actions? Was he a wise king or a ruthless politician? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into these incredible stories. See you next time.